most common questions that everybody asks is how much does it cost? So if somebody says to you in a consultation, okay, how much does a surrogacy journey cost? What would be your answer?
So this is a very interesting question because, yes, all the Indian parents, they will ask. So this is really depending on, which clinic you work with, how much they charge for transfers. And also this is a wide range based on, many factors: agency fees, the legal cost, surrogate compensation. If surrogate is in California, maybe the surrogate will ask more compensation than non-California surrogate. And also insurance cost, and also if she needs to travel, the travel cost. So typically I would give the clients at least, I would say the budget wise, probably around like $100,000 to at least $180,000. And it's important that you aware that you have this budget, plan your budget before you even start the whole process.
Right. And with that, Krystal, part of that is compensation, and that's pretty much a hot topic. So how much for carrying a child, carrying a baby, going through this?
The compensation ranges quite a bit. And like Gloria mentioned, you see variances depending on where they are in the country. For instance, California is much higher. A lot of that has to do with the legal climate in California. There's really fantastic laws in place, which makes that one of the ideal places to go for a surrogate journey. But the range can generally be from $30,000. We see up to $80,000 for an experienced surrogate. Now, that said, it's rare to have surrogates around the $80,000 mark, but we have seen it. It definitely happens. Experienced surrogates overall across the country, we see that right around $50,000. That compensation, there's a set compensation that they get, but then there's also items such as maternity clothes, housekeeping, or bed rest. So there's many things that play a part into the surrogacy compensation. So we want to make sure that our intended parents are fully aware of what that fee schedule will look like. And when we are presenting candidates to our parents, we attach the fee schedule of the agency with there so they can really understand. And even that at times can be pretty confusing or overwhelming to review. So our role is also to help them understand that, to understand the full compensation package.
You talked a lot about California surrogates, but I mean, our reach goes across the country. So we always try to tell people to keep an open mind. You may think you want a surrogate in California, but because of the laws, but there's some wonderful women in other states.
Exactly.
Like you're in Minnesota, can that bring the cost down?
Absolutely. In the
Yes.
in the Midwest, we definitely see the overall compensation for surrogates a bit lower. And that's usually because the general cost of living is lower. It definitely just can vary from state to state. And so I think just keeping in mind that we would be presenting the best possible candidate that's out there right now, and talking to the intended parents and really finding out what's the most important part of your surrogate match. Is it the health of the surrogate and her deliveries? Then maybe we rule out location and we look for that best possible candidate. So I always try to ask my intended parents, what's the most important? And are we flexible on these other things? If I see someone who really has the same philosophies around this pregnancy that you do, but she's not in the state that you were initially hoping for, are you flexible there? It's really individual. It kind of depends on each specific one.